talking about Carriganama, Sean.
Carriganama, thanks to Sean Radley, we made...
Well, thanks to the Outlook.
We didn't make the front page of the Lee Valley, but we made Sean Radley. I sent Sean Radley a photograph. Well, I didn't really, Sean Radley. You took the photograph.
I came out to take the photograph,
when
that's
we
right.
The Movember.
Yes, that is correct. So there it is.
There's a lot of funny looking characters there.
My goodness, yeah. That was a very special event. And Sean, the amount of money collected was excellent.
€2,000.
And it was for cancer research.
Cancer research, yeah.
Absolutely tremendous. Great credit you there, of course, to Jimmy Murphy and all his very dedicated team there.
That's right, because Jimmy organised that.
But, Sean, you have something very special down here that you want to tell the viewers about.
That's right. I was given this, from a local family in the area, and it dates back to 1953.
Yes, and Sean, I recognise this particular form of communication.
Yeah,
because
you can see it is Kodak. It is a reel.
Yes.
So
this is actually a reel of cine film, and it contains 50 feet of film.
Yeah,
50 feet of film only took up 3 minutes and almost 3.5 minutes, and it was quite expensive at the time.
Yeah.
You'd nearly pay between £5 and £10 at the time for 3.5 minutes, that was it. You couldn't reuse it, but it was a unique form of recording itself.
Yeah, but the local family found this lately, and
Yes.
of course they got on to me. Would Sean Radley be able to do anything with it?
And
so
we were able to transfer
Sean
it.
Radley is a miracle man when it comes to all video footage.
It's modern technology that
modern
did it.
technology.
Yeah. But we are so appreciative to the family that have allowed us to share these 3 minutes. There's 3 minutes of this wonderful footage from 1953.
A wedding. It was actually a wedding.
A wedding.
Paddy and Kitty, 1953.
And it was filmed
at the top of the Metropole Hotel in Cork City. Will we have a look?
But before we do,
it
reflects. We've already seen the footage.
That's why we said it would be nice to show it to our
absolutely.
viewers. Yeah.
But when we saw the footage itself, we looked upon the style of the time, and in our studio here, my mother and father married at the end, just at the end of the 1940s, and the style that of my mother particularly is very much seen here in the actual film itself. So there was the wedding that took place just at the end of the 1940s there, of Mary Ellen O'Leary here and John Radley here. And now if we look out for this beautiful piece of film just coming up.
We'll say that, right?
Yes.
That, Bernie showing us that, has turned into
this,
right?
And now turns into this. my goodness, Sean, wasn't that a most amazing piece of film there?
It was very well done.
We're still looking at the wedding photograph here. That's my own parents' wedding photograph, God rest them. But also presented during the week was, this was presented from a gentleman in West Cork who was a native of Millstreet, and he showed me something. It was a bill that had sent, it was my mother sent this bill to Millstreet GAA in 1963, and it was 15 suppers at 3 and 6 each. So the total cost of 15 suppers for gentlemen in the Millstreet GAA cost £2, 12 and 6. Sean, wasn't that an amazing price?
You wouldn't get a packet of chips right now.
It was paid with thanks there.
You wouldn't even get a packet of
so
chips right now.
special memories indeed in a very special
Sean
way.
Redley is really at home tonight.
Oh, very much at home
old
tonight.
video footage.
And of course we mustn't forget, Sean, we have to welcome our viewers to programme
2:30.
And you're more than welcome. But now, Sean,
slightly different program.
more to happen.
We're going on tour, but no, you're after giving me an idea now.
Yes.
To go back in the years as well. So the rest of the program, there's some of it based at the spring show, this farm machinery show. But anyway, I went back into the archives. There's Brendan is on holidays this week, but I found an old videotape. Right. And Jerry Reardon doesn't know this, and Eiley doesn't know this, but they'll see later. Right, it's our
very
secret.
Special.
It's going back to Trahula, Tops of the Town, right, in 1988.
My goodness.
Where, you won't believe it, Eiley puts a nappy on Jerry Reardon.
Oh my goodness, It's going to be very special footage altogether.
The story being they were expecting, she was kind of claiming the children's allowance, and she didn't have a child.
Right,
and she Jerry was the big baby.
So
sure, we'll see that
later
in the
comes
program.
later there.
Later, but they know nothing about that yet.
Right. And Sean, I believe you've quite a country and western star also featuring later.
Oh, T.R. Dallas. Yes, he was in Carrigan over there before Christmas, and I said, Willie had the camera, so we have a little snippet of that later.
My goodness, so we had a special word. Did he, could you see him doing that amazing hat?
Watch the hat. Yes, it
He
seems
has a
to
special
rock and
trick.
roll a bit, all right, yeah.
Special trick with the hat itself. But Sean, of course, this is where we're off to this week, because there was a very, very special feature in the farm plant. This is one of the many magazines there itself. And if you notice there on top, it says Millstreet, and when you open it itself, you'll see the amazing 3 different halls that were available at Green Glens for the Spring Farm Machine Show. And what a crowd there was, my goodness.
Because, and of course, Jerry was our chief reporter.
Agricultural correspondent supreme.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And that's about it, is it?
Shall we go right over there?
So we're heading to Green Glens there now, where we catch up with Jerry, chatting to Willie Joe Leahy about a machine for picking stones. Here we go.
This is the stone rack, which is on the market about a year. Last year was a very good year for it, owing to the dry conditions we had, and it worked very good. We had a mountain hire as well. There's nobody in Ireland making stone racks, and it's a product which is being imported by Kneverland and some other manufacturers, so there should be a big sale for it in this country. A lot of stones, and picking stones is not a very nice occupation, so fellas are inclined to go take the easy option.
What's the advantage of that now over a stone rake and picking up the stone?
The advantage of that machine now is there's no gearbox in it. Very cheap to replace the tines in it. It's about $2,500 to replace the tines in other stone rakes. You replace the tines in that for about $500. It's very durable as well. There's little to go wrong on it. There's just a high vibrator which is driven with a hydraulic motor, and it's about a ton in weight, and it's very durable. It has to be when you're dealing with stones.
Do you have to move? Do you have to get a land leveler after, or does it finish the ground?
The beauty of it is it tills the ground as well, and it also levels the ground according to the vibrating action.
And this machine here, then,
that machine is a land leveler. You see, tractors are gone very large, 150 plus, and this contractor, if nobody is going to a field which we'll say a 3 metre leveler, he's getting nowhere. He's serious horsepower and he's covering no ground. As well as that, if he's over 8 feet, he's illegal on the road, so this falls up on the road, and it goes out to 5 metres. So you take a very big area. We have them sold nationwide. They're gone to the UK as well, so they're going well for us. So there's another new enough product there. Sorry.
And this one here is some sort of a leveler and a harrow.
That's a leveler that we've been making for a long time, but we'd have to put in additional attachment onto it there. It's an optional extra. A harrow. It's hydraulically operated. It's very useful now in a situation where you'd have scrub. You could drag away the scrub and release it with the hydraulics. And it's good for doing an area. If you were a bit scarce in soil, you could leave down the harrow and raise more soil. It also eliminates a pan, which a leveler can make sometimes. People find them good as well for porch fields. So that's our full range of products.
How long have you been manufacturing these machines since you started?
I had been trying to let them know now I have free travel. If I tell them I'm in business for about 40 years. So we started making tractor drives for milking machines, and we graduated up along the line, so we've been lucky.
And you still do a bit of bowling?
No, the left knee gave a bit of trouble last year. Some fella said to some running out past my mark, I got a worn knee, so...
So you could nearly make a knee anyway. Which is...
Well, I'd hope to go to the production tomorrow, right?
Thank you, Willie Joe.
Okay, thanks, folks.
And thank you very much indeed, Jory, and thank you, Willie. My goodness, we get a great insight into these amazing machines altogether. And of course, we mustn't forget that Willie Joe was also on the Late Late Show. When was that, Willie?
Oh God, that was in the mid-70s. I was on it a couple of times, yeah. I've been lucky with a couple of inventions.
So wonderful enterprises.
Yeah, well, it's good now. The enterprise show seems to be coming back a little bit again. Ryan Tubridy had a couple of fellas on there the other night. I mean, the enterprise show started off quite a few businesses. You had JFC in Tuam now, John Concannon. He started off with a bucket with 3 little rubber teats in it, and he's big business now. So you had the people with the attic stairs as well. You know, they started out of the Late Late Show.
That's seen on the Late Late Show.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
And in fact, it's a bit like the Young Scientists exhibition. In the Young Scientists, very often, some of the most amazing entrepreneurs actually win at the Young Scientists. So it's hugely impressive.
On your rippling river, I'm thinking ever I ne'er can sever my thoughts from thee, from Heathcliff Cramray, where thy cradle lay. You wind your way big fort by the Yarra Glen.
And you're back here again at Green Glens 2014, the Spring Farm Machinery Show. And my goodness, our emphasis, of course, you'll notice, is very much on the local aspect here. And we're delighted now that our agricultural correspondent supreme, Jerry O'Riordan, has found another local personality. Right, Jerry?
Right, thank you, Sean. We're joined now by Paddy Roach. Paddy, well known for power washers and that sort of thing. Paddy, tell us what you've here today.
Well, what I was,
What's this,
Right.
this schedule here?
he's a team cleaner, he'd be single-phase team cleaner, he'd be popular with the farmers. We also have the single-phase coal washers and the engine-driven ones. They'd be the most popular. There seems to be good demand here, in fairness, like, so hopefully the show will keep going as it is.
And what's this behind us then?
He'd be another one, he'd be a dearer machine again, another hot machine.
He'd be more for a bigger operator.
More garages and factories and that type of thing. You know.
And the fella behind him?
He'd be a big petrol washer. He's again he'd be in for more the industrial for that. He'd be, and hopefully plenty lads will take him.
And busy show, is it?
Icebreak guys are very good, yeah. Very good. Last night was very good.
And tonight will be the big night.
Hopefully to be better anyway.
And how long have you been living in Millstreet now?
I'm only here 28 years now. So I'm the wind is well gone. I have blue in it.
So you like this? The show has been good to you.
It has been very good in fairness. This machinery show especially has been very good over the last 5 years now. I've been here every year. So.
And they stand behind you. Oh, that's your sign.
That's all there. That's all different here.
Do you travel much of the country?
Yeah, mostly down West Cork. West Cork seems to be very good to me in fairness, like so. And there's a lot of those around today. And plenty of cattle lads around as well, so.
That's good. So thank you very much, Paddy. There's a shine off this tractor. Paddy Roach called it on its way in. We're joined by DJ Kelleher from Co.Cork Machinery. It's an absolutely huge tractor and two more. DJ, tell us all about it.
This is 7624 Dyna 6 with front PTO and front links. It's roughly about 240 horsepower. The price of this tractor is about 160,000. On the front of it we have an FC313F front mower, and on the rear we have an FC313 rear mower, side mount, side delivery. These mowers are about 18,000 euros each, and roughly you'd be cutting about 10 acres an hour with this rig.
Be in the contractor market very much.
Contractor market for this market, for this more the self-build market here for cutting self-build silage.
And would that tractor, what else would that tractor be used for then in the off season?
You could use it for pulling a big slurry tanker, or you could use it for tillage. You could have a one pass on the back of it and a furrow press in the front of it on the autumn and the springtime for setting grain. You put a big square baler with it. It's mainly a big tillage tractor really, or big silage. It's a tractor for big silage, for triple mowers. Also these tractors you put triple mowers in them as well, 3 mowers in them, 2 on the back and 1 in the front.
Would there be many of that similar type tractor in Ireland now?
There'll be a few, yeah. We did. I suppose the replacement of that tractor would be that tractor replaces the 6499. There will be a lot of them sold in the past. This tractor's only on the market with the last 12 months, so they're just getting popular at the moment. So there will be a tractor for the future, all right.
And the tractor in front of it then, that's the ordinary Massey Tennyson.
That's a new 5612. That tractor's only launched in the last couple of weeks. That's the first one in Ireland. That's a 4-cylinder tractor, AdBlue, 120 horsepower tractor. That's more for the farmer. So this is a new type tractor now. So these are AdBlue. All the new tractors coming in 4-cylinder are AdBlue from now on.
Lovely, DJ. Thank you very much. And we move on. We enjoyed our little talk. Thank you, DJ. Lovely. DJ, this machine here now, this rake.
6501 rake, Kuhn 6501 rake. This rake is more suitable for baling contractors. This is raking 2 20-foot swarts. If you're tedding grass, it would rake in from about 16 feet to about 20 feet. So this rake is really for the baling market, for the baling contractors.
Is there some safety device in those prongs now to stop it? Could you break those prongs now?
I suppose if you hit a stone or something, you'd break them all right, but there's time savers that can be attached to the prongs that if one of them broke, it wouldn't get lost in the grass to just stay on the machine itself.
And, that would, how many, just two rows, it puts 2 rows.
2 rows together, yeah, 2 10-foot swarts together.
Well, my goodness, Jerry, that was an enormous tractor there that you were dealing with just now.
A big tractor, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want to be fixie punctured in it.
Absolutely not. And you know, we are absolutely blessed to be joined by gentlemen here that have a direct association with tractors, but smaller tractors as such. We're delighted to be joined by Paul Murphy here. Paul.
Hello. Hello.
And of course by Dan O'Riordan.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
And our very good friends are from Coachford and from a very special club known as the Broomhill Vintage Club.
Yeah.
So tell us more about our gentleman on camera, by the way, has an association with your festival. Can you explain that, Paul?
He was a bachelor at our festival last year, and he came second. That's it.
Well, there we are, within the winning area there, and we had him on, in fact, a fortnight ago on our programme itself. But my goodness, your opinion on what's happening here, Paul?
You need to ring the bank manager this year. Every other year you could bring the checkbook or the cash. This year you need to ring the bank manager.
That's a lovely touch. Dan, you featured also on that wonderful programme at your service from Millstreet Country Park. You brought a wonderful amount of bikes, Dan.
We brought 8 bikes. There was one from the crossbar, rally crossbar bike. They made them from 1906 up to 1930. So we had that on display there. And that was good.
Oh, it was absolutely, and hugely impressed the Brennan brothers because they very much focused on the actual world of cycling at the Millstreet Country Park.
Yeah. It was very good. It was a festival, bike festival, wasn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. Very good, yeah.
And your opinion here on what Jerry has been seeing here?
Fantastic. Yeah. A lot of expensive gear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, when we go to Coachford, you have the old-time wonderful vintage, the traction engines and so on.
We do, yeah. We do. We have 4 steam engines, you know, and trashing and all that as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, the Broomhill Vintage Club is going very, very well. What's your next agenda for this year? You had a fairly full agenda?
There's a competition this year, and we'll be going to Moveland, Donegal, Galway, maybe Tyrone and Cork.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what is your present record time?
Around the 5 minutes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Very fast.
The people involved, the amazing training during the year.
Unbelievable, yeah. Very good. Yeah.
And everything is totally accurate.
Yeah, everything's totally accurate.
It's
Yeah.
very, very hard to beat him anyway. Very hard to beat him.
Well, we're blessed to meet VIPs here at, of course, the Spring Farm Machinery Show here in Green Glens. Well, my goodness, we're really having a time and a half down here at Green Glens at the, of course, the wonderful Spring Farm Machinery Show. And we've got our goodie bag also for €2. Really, really very good. But Jerry, I believe now that normally we go over to Jerry and Brendan at this point. But Jerry, what's happening now?
Well, no Brendan this evening, but Brendan has a very, very good piece for tonight, so just watch.
The thing as I said at the outset, you will enjoy that. A baby, a rather large baby. The thing as I said at the outset, you will enjoy that.
children's allowance. An abnormality, isn't that a fierce big one? An abnormality seems to exist. By God, that's a fierce move.
A bit like Constantinople, all right.
A bit there. You and your spouse.
Spouse?
Wish you were. As both of you and your wife are receiving the old age pension, the department finds it very odd that you should request the payment of children's allowance. A department official will visit you on December the 7th to investigate this most unusual request.
You and your harebrained ideas.
December the 7th, sure, that's today. What will we do at all?
What do we do? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll tell the department there's no baby, and that's that.
Oh, indeed, we will not. If I say we'll have a baby, then we'll have a baby.
Now, stone crack mad or something.
Sure. If I say you're the brains of a baby, and you might as well look like one. Give me one look. Give me one look at you. What do I put on you now to make you look like a baby? I know. A nappy. A nappy? A nappy? A nappy. Here, put that around you.
What?
Hold up the legs of your old trousers. Come on. Come on, she'll be in straight. Hold up the legs of your old trousers there. A nappy? A nappy, yeah? Did you ever see a baby with a nappy?
I never saw a baby with a nappy.
The legs of your old trousers there, she'll be in straight.
Well, I tell you this much, I know good in from a bad one, even though I never laid one.
You're a slow. Come on, and we'll fix you. Stand up there and we'll fix you. Come on. You put that up as hard as you can there. Come on. She'll be before we know where we are. Put that up there, right back there like it's enough. Come on. I'll fix it.
Right.
Shut your mouth, eh? I get it all right to you. Now, sit up there, don't I have it right. Do you think I don't know how to put on the
You know, just 40 years ago you should do right
1,000 down in Tesco.
So back here again in the outer section of the wonderful arena here at Green Glens. Yes, there are two different arenas. There's a major arena inside, and then we have another fantastic arena here with the most interesting items and exhibitions here. Well, now, Jerry, we're about to see something very, very special. In fact, it's a baler on roller. Is that right?
Yeah. This guy is putting into the dung fork, so...
Wow. Well, now we have someone special to meet.
Yeah.
So
this is Lawrence now. Lawrence, tell us what you have here.
So, gentlemen, we have an agency for Val Metal products in Europe, in UK and Ireland, and we have on the show today we have a bale and roller, which is a small motorised bale and roller, which picks up a silage or hay bale and distributes it in a narrow feed passage. Fully automatic, no tractor needed, and labour saving, and makes life a lot easier.
What drives it? What motor is it?
It's driven by a 9.5 horsepower Honda engine with a hydrostatic drive on the wheels, and the bale is quite tightly held, so it gives a nice even dispensation of hay or silage to your livestock.
And for travelling wise, how is it in soft ground?
Hydrostatic drives, a good bit of torque, and it drives pretty well on any kind of hardcore. So with the weight of the half-ton bale on it, drives pretty good and a pretty stable machine.
And price-wise, what would you be?
We're retailing this machine at 7,500 plus VAT, which compares well against, particularly popular in the last 2 days on the show. We've sold a number of them for farmers who have an out farm and wish to feed without using a tractor. Also, so we sold a number of them into Kerry, a couple into Limerick, and we have a request for about 40 demonstrations in Cork at the end of February.
And the narrow passage is probably the strongest.
Yeah, the strongest point for the equipment that we have on the stand is the aisle width of a passage is about 5 feet required. So particularly useful for an old type shed or a shed you might want to make some new uses out of.
And you have another machine here now.
We also have on the stand a motorised feed cart, which is a machine that has capacity. It's a forage box to feed 25 cows or 400 sheep in one feed. We've sold a couple of them up in Wicklow, and we have a farmer in Wicklow here on the TV screen who's feeding 600 sheep there in 15 minutes. He's feeding every day, and he's giving a few benefits. He's including a total mixed ration in his feed, and his feeding time is down, and his flock health is up. Very happy with the system, and overall.
You just throw the silage into, throw the ration.
So basically, we two options: fill with a shear grab or with a conveyor. To get a total mixed ration, you must fill with a vertical mixer, which we have, or alternatively, you can put in with the loader and get a semi-TMR mix.
And the name of your company is?
The name of the company is VA Feed Systems, and the VA stands for value added, and our company mission is to add value to your flock or herd performance.
And you were drawing a big crowd at the show, I noticed.
Yeah, and our stand very popular, some innovative equipment, and we're very happy with the feedback so far. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you very much.
Well, you know, Sean Murphy is doing an absolutely splendid editing job on this programme 2:30 at the moment, and we've had a wonderful day and night because it's night time now here at Green Glens at the wonderful spring farm machinery show. And we're going to finish from here very, very shortly, but we're going to meet an absolutely wonderful and very welcoming lady here now at a very special stand, which is actually quite close to the entrance. Jerry, you'll have to tell us who we're about to meet.
Well, we're meeting Mary. She's from Auto Rollers, which is a Cantork-based company, is it, Mary?
Yes, we're on the Mallow Road there in Cantork in the industrial estate. It's a family-run business owned by the Collins family, and they specialise in garage doors, agricultural doors, and they have a new security screen now that we've introduced for...
I believe you're going to demonstrate for us.
Yes.
Right.
There, we have them here on the back wall of the display unit.
Yeah.
And Put them on the windows. They can totally black out a window. So anyone on night duty, they're very handy to them. And they also keep in 20% of your heat. And they're a kind of security. They're security for houses and things. They go over patio doors. You can put them over any kind of a window. And all our products are made to measure.
And for say standard, sort of a standard window, they would be fit to any kind of a window with it.
Yeah, we make to measure. One of our reps usually measure, and then we make them after that. And within a couple of weeks, then they're fitted.
Perfect.
And they're all Irish made.
Yeah. And then you're at the big doors, of course, as well.
Yeah, we have the big agricultural doors. These are samples here of a garage door. These are samples for the shed doors. They put them on milking parlours, machinery sheds, any kind of a shed. We can make them to measure.
Did they all last during the storm over the Christmas?
They lasted fairly well over the storm. So we were lucky.
And so we're coming towards the end, Sean.
My goodness, Jerry, and thank you so much, Mary. I know that I have one of these wonderful auto rollers on my own home, and it's such a great success. And we can see all the contacts here, 1-800-612-138. So my goodness, that's the direct number.
That's a free phone number that we have, the 1800-612-138. It goes directly into the office, and it's a free phone number. And we take it from there then. Yeah.
Well, one of the many hugely interesting areas that we visited here today, and we were so blessed to have our agricultural correspondent supreme, Mr. Jerry O'Riordan. Jerry, I think you really enjoyed the day.
Oh, it was great. We enjoyed it. It was great looking at all the fine machinery and
lots of new things here this year.
There was, yeah. You were very impressed by that last thing we checked there about the rolling out the bale.
Yeah, very much. I'll just have to buy a farm. That's all we need to do.
Okay, thank you.
So now, thank you so much for joining us here. And at this particular point, as Sean says here, who is on camera at the moment, Sean has our very special star of the week, of course, is the one and only T.R. Dallas, as he performed outside in the pub in Corriginimate. So we're going to finish our programme there with T.R. Dallas. So from Jerry, from Mary, and from everyone here at beautiful Green Glens at this very special annual event here, we'll say Slán Hispanic Jailif Galair, and over now to, yes, T.R. Dallas at the pub in Corriginimate.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be here. It's the first time here, and put your hands together for this man who Johnny, who took it on. And that just goes to show you what he does think of his customers, that he would have a holy to make this up to Christmas. And I'm sure it's appreciated by everybody here today. Johnny? So, it's in a half to blame for it, isn't it? And Tony Daniel. Anyway, folks, we'll continue with the music. And when we finish, you can continue drinking. There's no rush. Okay, if somebody was looking for JR, we're filling Daddy's journal up. We'll give it a rap. Okay. When he said that the loser, I said, no, they are down. He shot that son of a Texas gun that night in Dallas town. You know he had it coming, the guilty must be found. Can anybody tell me who shot J.R. down? J.R., he's a Texan, an oil man through and through. He knows an oil man's got to do what an oil man must do. He treated hard and he treated rough, and then once in a while he'd stab somebody in the back, but he'd do it with a smile. Who shot J.R. Ewing? That's what I'd like to know. They have it right before me on my favorite TV show. It had to be 1 of 5 or 6, but the question is which one? Can anybody tell me who shot J.R. down? Who shot J.R. Ewing? That's what I'd like to know. They have it right before me on my favorite TV show. It had to be 1 of 5 or 6, but the question is which one? Can anybody tell me who shot J.R. down? Can anybody tell me who shot J.R. down? Here's one that's also on our latest album. It's a great practice, a pop song of song called Old Man Trouble. Old Man in Trouble. Everybody come on! Who's that knocking on my door? Old man Trouble. I know you've been here before. Old man Trouble. Because I'm good girl to leave home. Old man Trouble. She left me sitting here all alone. me up to a flat down. Don't find the eye. Come here, you know. What a fella should do. Her hair was black in her eyes. And I took her hand. And I gave her a spur. And I lost my heart to the Galway girl. When I woke up, I was all alone with the D-I-E-I-A. Broken heart and a ticket home. Can I ask you now what a fella should do if her hair was black and her eyes blue? I'm traveling around all over this world, but I ain't seen nothing like it all back. Everybody sing. So I took it slow on the old rock walk of the D-I-E-I-A. Little girl who stopped the song. Stop fine D-I-A. Can I ask you now what a fella should do if her hair was black and her eyes blue? And I knew right then I was taking the world all the songs and promises I go play girl. Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that time of the night. I want to say thank you very much to each and every one of you for being here. Put your hands together for the management and staff. Give them a big round. I want to wish you all a very happy and safe and peaceful Christmas. With a bit of luck we'll meet you somewhere along the way in the new year. Here on keyboards and vocals all the way from that old Mr. Joseph King. This is yours truly from the real cap of the garden. Moulton Valley West. Dear Dallas, say good night, God bless, thank you very much. We do look forward to seeing you soon again. I can just roll on the old song wall with the D-I-E-I-A. Little girl who stopped and stop find me. I can have you now. All the time I see you. Your hair is is all I can say. I got to make you understand.
This is T.R. Dallas.
I waited as long as I can. Everybody, I waited for you. Long for the day you take my hand. Well, I asked again last night. Your love so divine. I waited as long as I can. All I say goodbye as the tear rolls from my eyes. You made a tear that I can't hold. No one will ever know the things that I've been through. I waited as long as I can. Wait for you to stay on me. Long for the day to take my hand. And I asked again last night, your love so divine. I waited as long as I can. I waited for you to take me. Long for the day to take my hand. When I asked again last night, your love so divine. I waited as long as I can. I waited as long as I can.
Mr. T.R. Dallas. T.R., welcome.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be with you. Thank you very much.
T.R., first of all, we are hugely reminded by that wonderful, wonderful hat that you're wearing, of course, of Dallas and who shot Jerry Ewing.
Yeah, it takes us back a few years now. It's 1980 when it all started for me. I think it was May. And of course, Who Shot JR was the one that took off, and I've been lucky ever since.
And I happened, the only time I was ever in America was in 1980. And I came off the plane with a 10-gallon hat. And that's the only time I wore a hat like yours.
Well, that's when I started wearing a 10-gallon hat, and I suppose it's been good to me ever since. And I was lucky along the way that I picked up Larry Hagman's hat, and it autographed and all. So I still have it at home now.
What a treasure.
Well, yeah, and it's supposed to be the one he wore the night that he got shot. So a bit of a story to it, you know. So.
And of course, we mustn't forget Joe.
Yes.
Joe from beautiful Athlone. In fact, Joe's second name is?
Joe King. And he's Joe's originally from Wexford, but spent a lot of time in England, in London, and then he came back, worked with Doc Carr, and he came back to live in Athlone, and Doc passed away, of course, some years ago, and Joe and I teamed up. We only lived 10 minutes away from one another, so it's a fantastic setup. It worked very well.
We'll have a word with Joe in a moment. But,
yeah, with Joe, no better man, Joe.
Strangely enough tonight, just 7 miles away in the Wallace Arms Hotel in Millstreet, appearing was a wonderful, wonderful singer called Maggie Dunn. And in fact, when I showed TR the actual photograph of Maggie...
Yeah, Maggie is a friend of mine. She only lives 10 minutes up the road from me, and she comes from a very talented family. Her dad is actually a Tipperary man, but he was a school teacher, in Moat, and his son is the same age as my eldest son, and we've been all friends for years and years. And both Maggie and her brother Willie are fantastic musicians. Willie, I think, plays now with Declan Ernie. He's got a fantastic recording studio and all back home as well. So we have a lot of music in the Midlands around Moat and Athlone with Brendan Shine and Ray Lineman, Foster and Allen and John Hogan, and
you mentioned a very special name there, Foster and Allen, and believe it or not, there's a direct link with Foster and Allen. Please tell us, T.R.
Well, I suppose everybody knows by now that Tony Allen and myself are brothers, so yeah, the lads have just finished an English tour, that a huge time sellout tour, went very, very well, and they're back to touring around. They're doing a few gigs here for the Christmas, and then they go back to Scotland in April.
And what a wonderful series has been on TG Carr.
Yeah, TG Carr has been very good to the Irish artists, and of course, Hot Country is a great outlet for us as well, and that's called Showcase TV. Of all the different programs on that.
But you have great admiration for Michael Fitzgerald.
Mike Fitzgerald is probably one of the nicest guys that ever played a guitar or sang a song or got involved in the music business, and he tried so hard to make other people do it as well. And now his son Leo is just an absolute genius.
And his editing on Hot Country is wonderful.
Oh, he's the man behind it. Yeah, he puts it all together.
And of course Hugh O'Brien, absolutely.
Well, yeah, Hugh was the guy who took it on, and we were slightly involved at the start because 10 of us came together and put a bit of money in to try and see how it would work for the first 6 months. And if it didn't happen that way, you wouldn't have all these shows today. So it all happened with a guy coming into my house to fix the television, and he said to me, "Do you ever watch the American on Sky, American Cuts of Music?" I said, "No, I never seen it." Oh, he said, "I'll tune it in for you now." So he tuned it in. And when he did, I rang Hugh O'Brien to see would it be a big job to record a program like that, thinking that we could sell it to Sky, you know. But it was going to cost a little bit of money. He contacted Sky, Hugh did. He contacted Sky. It was actually a company called Rural TV. And they weren't interested in buying programs. All they were interested was selling space. So that's why we bought the space. Hugh put it all together, himself and Leo, and they've been doing it ever since. And all the other ones who have followed on.
It's now Channel 191.
It's Channel 191, yeah, or you can get it on free to air as well. And but it's absolutely huge in the UK and into Europe. I mean, our tours and our crowds are not just ours, but I'm talking about the Irish artists in general who appears on it. Their crowds have come up doubled in the UK and Scotland especially, you know.
I must say, TR, is that you are such an amazing ambassador, not just for...
well, I've been around.
For country western music, but for Ireland, my goodness. Yeah. It's, you give such a wonderful image abroad and right throughout.
Well, I mean, Ireland, Ireland, I don't care, like we travel a lot, and some people will criticise Ireland, and we're going through a tough time at the moment, but we're still in one of the best countries in the world. And I mean, you can say, oh, look at what happened to all the money. Well, I know what happened to a lot of it. When I came out on the road today to come to Kerry or to come to Cork, I had a motorway 99% of the way. And if I drive within a 20-mile radius where I live, there's new schools, there's lots of new houses, there's good roads, we've got good sewage, good water, good education, good health. I mean, all that came from, okay, some people went a little bit astray, but I mean,
the infrastructure has been amazing.
And if we didn't do the infrastructure we have today, the people outside of Ireland, I'm talking about the international companies, they wouldn't want to know. So we'd be a third world country if we hadn't done what we did when we did it. And we can blame who we like, when we like, but when we come out of this recession, we will have one of the best countries in the world.
What a wonderful positive note on which to end. And the last thing, TR, what the T and the R stands for?
Well, Tom Allen is when I was born, Thomas Allen. So Thomas Richard.
And Thomas Richard.
There was JR and there was TR.
TR and JR.
Thank you very much, lads. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to speak to all your viewers out there this evening. And all I can say is keep supporting Irish artists and keep dancing to Irish bands and go out and support the concerts, and we'll all continue to have a good system of entertainment for many years to come.
Thank you so much, TR. You're a total gentleman.
Thank you.
Well, there it is, my goodness, what an amazing, amazing man.